All right, let's talk about vices and what makes us human, quote unquote human. Let's jump right into it like we always do. Share the video if you like it. So, first of all, I can't trust nobody very easily if they act like they don't have some kind of vice or do anything unethical sometimes, or something that could be seen as potentially unethical or something like that. Now let me explain. I feel like everybody, when we are dealing with the ways that the world is, bruh, we all be needing to unplug sometimes. We all have some kind of need for, all right, let me just decompress a little bit. Let me unplug. Let me get out of here. Let me escape. Whether it looks like you binge watching Netflix, to some people that might be seen as extremely unhealthy, right? Because you just sitting still for long periods of time. It don't matter if you smoke weed, because plenty of people might see that as unethical because, of course, it could be seen as unethical because it's illegal in some places, or maybe because some folks know if they fail this drug test, they'll lose their job, etc. Maybe you drink alcohol, and maybe somebody might see it as unethical because everybody knows that alcohol is one of the biggest contributing factors to major accidents a lot of the time, like car accidents that end up in fatalities. I don't know if y'all know this, but statistically, the most commonly committed crime is when somebody drives a vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs. I don't know if you know that. But anywho, let's talk about vices and why it's actually important to have one. Now, of course, let me just go ahead and get this part out of the way first. Anytime I'm saying it's good for you to have vices, I'm not just saying be out here doing wild stuff, not being responsible, not taking care of yourself. What I'm saying is you still got to keep discipline in when you're actually indulging in your vice, right? If you smoking cigarettes, if you drink alcohol, you ain't supposed to get drunk and get messed up to the point to where now you risking your life, you putting other people's safety at risk or nothing like that. That's ridiculousness. That's irresponsible, and you going to hell. Anyways, so what you need to do is make sure that you have restrictions on whenever it's time to do that. So if you're a gambler, right? A lot of people, their vice is gambling. You ain't supposed to just be like, fuck it, I'm just finna go and I'ma just air it out. Now, of course, you ain't gonna start that way. You might start with a limit or something like that, but then if you fuck around start losing, you might realize you're making emotional decisions, and before you know it, you might end up putting your mortgage on the line or some junk like that, risking it all. I seen one time a nigga bet his wife. What? How you bet your own wife? Look that up if you don't believe me. But yeah, and he lost, by the way. But anyway, so when you got these type of vices, any kind of vice, bro, it can be done in a harmless way, or should I say in a way that doesn't harm other people. It can be done in a way that improves your life and makes life more easily palatable for you, make it easier to tolerate the stresses of adulthood and stuff like that. So you just got to make sure you keep your balance in it. You would lose your balance if you don't have no way to escape sometimes and unplug and decompress. Like, bro, some people, their outlet might not be seen as a vice though, like exercising. Some people, that's just all they need. All you need to do is run 2 miles a day and you feel good, and that helps you relieve your stress. Okay, cool, good for you. Just as long as you got some type of way of unplugging. But specifically what I'm talking about is when people have vices and other people might be judging them for it and stuff like that. What you doing judging people? Who said it was your job to be so judgmental? If you can't get down with the way that people are living, you just supposed to remove yourself. But you definitely ain't supposed to be passing no type of judgment, treating them in a bad way or anything like that. That's a waste of energy, and it's not helpful at all. If somebody needs help, like if they are actually sick, mentally ill, like a full-blown drug addict or something like that, to where it's like they're basically prioritizing the vice over their well-being or something like that, try to intervene if you care. but you can't control nobody, and it's not your job to try to stop somebody from doing what they want to do. So I don't know if you ever heard of this, but for example, they have these type of clinics and stuff, right? They will literally give drug addicts needles for them to do drugs. Now, why would they do that? Why would somebody be enabling a heroin addict, for example? Why would they do that? Reason is because it's already very well knowledgeable, or it's very easy to comprehend that we're not going to be able to stop this person from doing heroin if they're a heroin addict. But what we can do is make sure that when these heroin addicts are doing heroin, we could at least make sure that they're not spreading HIV and other toxic diseases also in the midst of them doing it, because they might be sharing needles and stuff like that. So it's like you got to accept the fact that people gonna live the life they want to live. But if you still want to help and manipulate it in a way to where it's still not so harmful on the world, you got to be willing to be flexible and stuff like that. That's like a compromise, And it's super important when you're dealing with yourself, because of course on this channel, a majority of what I'm talking about is self-enlightenment, self-control, because once you master the inner self, the external world is like just a piece of paper, and you could just fold it whatever way you want to. You could do origami with life, you did, and with unlimited creativity and abilities. So it's a really big thing, I think, for people to recognize that you don't have to feel ashamed or anything like that just because you got some type of vice. I think we all have them. I think it's important. I think it brings us down to earth. Of course, take this with a grain of salt, because like I just said, it ain't like you should just be living a crazy, wild, out of control lifestyle or anything like that. No. But if somebody like, bro, I'm stressed out, I need a drink, I get it. Shit, I don't personally think that it makes you a bad person or irresponsible or anything if you just like, you know what, I'm just gonna have a drink or two. You ain't gotta be getting so messed up that it changes the fact that you even remember what you did or anything like that. Nah, you ain't gotta live like that. But it don't hurt nothing for a nigga to just have a cocktail every once in a while. Like, bro, go ahead, shoot. That's what drugs are here for. That's what these games are here for. Specifically, I'm choosing to highlight the drug use and the external type of things when it comes to entertainment, like watching Netflix and gambling and stuff like that, because I feel like those are the most common ways that people would go, I need an escape, and then that's how they get it. That's why drugs are so popular. Shoot, is because it's an easy escape. It's like a high reward, low action type of thing. Like once the nigga got their hands on it, they don't really have to earn the high. They just do it. Like, you just administer it to yourself, and it's normally not hard work. That is a very dangerous thing, though, if you don't have self-control, because everything could be used as a tool. So you could use it as a tool to calm yourself down and be thinking more clearly and stuff like that, or you could be the person that let it take over your life. Don't be that person. Be the person who you keep control the whole time. And that's why I said you got to have restrictions on yourself. So if you gonna hit the blunt, give yourself a limit. I'm only gonna hit the blunt 3 times. And after that, I'm putting this junk out, because I don't need to get too high. Because if I get too high, I'm going to be too stupid to actually be making progress in my life, or, be productive. Because all it's going to do is knock you on your behind. Stuff like that. It's okay to have restrictions, and you should. But you're definitely not supposed to be just doing things hoping that you got the discipline to hold it together. But because whenever you get taken over by emotion, if you start doing things as impulsive emotional decisions, that's a very dangerous place for you to put yourself, man. And you got to make sure that you stay disciplined in life if you want to get to the rewards, and if you want to make sure that you get to not only the rewards that you're going to enjoy, but if you think so big and generously that you're trying to look out for other folks, people you care about, or maybe even groups of people, you got to make sure you got discipline. Till next time.